So that the parents out there can listen, you got a scholarship to Cambridge because you got good at hacking.
Yeah, something like that. I did not actually graduate because during my university days, I was headhunted to pursue a career in the States, and it was by Google, so I immediately went there. Not really finishing my studies, didn't really sit well with a lot of my family members, but I really wanted to try to test myself. If I wanted to know how good I am, it's better to go with the best of the best.
In the 80s, these scenes from Back to the Future 2 of Doc Brown hacking the DeLorean, it gave us a glimpse of what the future was supposed to look like. We thought of flying cars, holograms, hoverboards, and self-tying shoelaces. It was an aspiration, something to look forward to. And as we usher in a new decade, we may not be too far away. But do we have what it takes, the skills, the people, the mindset, to turn fiction into reality?
Hi, my name is Haziq Faris, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of REKA, and I'm a hacker, builder, developer, and innovator.
From a stint at Cambridge to working at Google, Haziq certainly has an interesting CV. All of this came from a long-held obsession with computers and what he could do with them.
As a kid, I like to put things together, dismantle things, but not necessarily know how to put them back together. When I first started programming, I was Form 5. Of course, I get a little bit more curious in what more I could do with computers. One of the first things that comes to mind is hacking. In my experiences, hacking is something that you explore more what it can be done with a single application or device.
While hackers generally get a bad rep, the premise of it, as Haziq explains, is to discover new ways of doing things with technology. But by doing so, it opens a world of possibilities, exploration, and innovation, in which its significance we may or may not understand yet.
At our current stage, digital technology is everywhere, it's vast and it's expanding. And we are still at a point where a lot of people, especially the public, do not know what can still be done with technology. It's all a matter of imagination on how we can put that digital aspect into certain things that are still manual. So how do we demonstrate technology, the engineering, the science of it? And at the time, Tesla, Google self-driving cars was such a huge hype. So how hard can it be? We have electronics engineer, we have automotive engineer, we have AI. So we put that together, bam, we have an autonomous vehicle.
That's right. Haziq looked at Elon Musk and said, yeah, I can do that too. So he and his team at REKA got cracking at Malaysia's first self-driving car. But before he got to that point, there were obstacles and plenty of people who doubted him. There's been genuine pessimism, skepticism about whether a car could be truly autonomous.
So in Malaysia, we're not the type of country that really promotes very heavily in terms of research and development. We're more of what other countries are doing, and we try to replicate it as best as we could. Here in Malaysia, we have extraordinary talents, people that have abilities, people that have knowledge and skill that is on par or if not better than other countries. But the thing is that they don't really have the outlet here that they can express those kind of creativity or skill. That's why we wanted to build a company where these people can come and we can enable people to create new things, new technology, new creativity, new ideas in Malaysia.
That's where REKA Studios come in. Its purpose is to be a platform where innovators can get down to the business of making stuff straight away, without starting from scratch. If you have an idea, you can get to making it a reality right away. All of this becomes more important in a world that is rapidly developing and growing as we live through the fourth industrial revolution, aka IR 4.0. Automation, machines, smart cities, that's no longer a discussion about tomorrow. That's today.
Our latest research that we did showed a lot of people were not aware of IR 4.0 and what it actually means. It's not an event. You are already in the IR 4.0 world. The way you work, the way you shop, the way you interact with machines is already the way of IR 4.0. The thing with parents is that they are facing a similar disruption. Now the parents themselves are actually facing the change in their jobs. they are then wondering, what does the future hold for their kids? The key thing to understand is whether an institution is actually enabling students to be ready for IR 4.0. The ability to work across geographies, across cultures is very important. The days of actually working alone is rapidly eroding. Any institution that prepares its students for such a workplace of the future is very well prepared for it.
As the world becomes more connected through technology, it becomes easier to work with people from other countries. This creates access to new ways of thinking, new cultures, and new ideas that we may not have come across if we are to work in silo. And Haziq agrees with this, having worked with a diverse team at Google.
So you have a lot of people with different backgrounds, different races, different cultures coming together in a company, and how these different races and cultures come together and produces new ideas. Having that diversity adds that spark, that secret recipe, making it a bit better in terms of the product for the users.
And I think the key thing is transferable skills. A significant amount of jobs haven't been created yet. So when you graduate, you may have been thinking, look, I'm going to be a data scientist. Now that's a key buzzword. That wasn't around 5 years ago. Someone didn't say, I wanted to be a data scientist. But now, who knows what the job will be in 5 years? But what we do know is we're preparing students to have skill sets that will prepare them for jobs that haven't yet been created.
What Tim just said makes sense. If you look at job postings right now, many of the jobs that are there, social media manager, app developers, that did not even exist 10 years ago. We can expect approximately 65% of kids enrolled in primary schools today to work in jobs that don't yet exist, while 14% of jobs that do exist now could be completely automated in the future. And if Malaysia is to remain competitive as a manufacturing nation, building its R&D base to adopt automation and AI will become more crucial than ever.
When you code something and things happen and it gives an impact to others. So I've always wanted to build things that impact others in a positive way. It's all about nation building kind of thing. A lot of companies, when you talk about R&D, it's something that is costly, and I agree. But behind these huge companies, Google, Tesla, Apple, NASA, they have Malaysians running inside. We have these extraordinary talents that are qualified enough to be there. And why not here?